Good morning everyone. We're getting ourselves going for today. Sunday morning. Let's get ourselves going naturally. Let's get ourselves moving. Let's bring ourselves to life for today, for this week. Let's get ourselves up and going for the day. Just getting started. See if we can loosen up our body. Get our hearts pumping. Just moving on the spot. Just picking up our feet a little bit. Just picking up our heart rate a little bit. Just standing tall. Just standing tall, getting our hearts pumping. I'll turn on my clock. Let's go for 30 seconds more. Just getting our hearts pumping for the day. Just standing tall. Just getting up on the balls of our feet. Just waking ourselves up, just picking up our heart rate, just getting our bodies moving, just bringing ourselves to life with movement and breath. Dropping myself down here into plank position, down into plank position, hands face looking just over top of my fingers. I'm looking out over top of my fingers so my head is neutral with my spine. I'm in alignment with my body. And I'm just taking some nice deep breaths. Just centering myself in the here and now, just coming to the present, just coming to right now. And I'm just using the breath to get there. The breath is how we bring ourselves into the moment. In any given moment, it's breath that we need to sustain our metabolic processes. Just paying attention to that, just coming to the knowledge and awareness of it, is enough to bring ourselves into here and now. Our next one here, I'm working on a little side shuffle. Just a little shuffle. Just a little skip. Just a little skip over. Reach over to one side, reach over to the other side. Just bouncing a little bit up on the balls of the feet. Picking up the heart rate. Getting our bodies breathing. Reaching over and stretching out my hamstrings, my glutes, my hips, my lower back. Reaching, stretching, breathing. "20 seconds, just practicing that little side-to-side action, that little sideways motion, that little sideways activity, a little skip up onto the balls of the feet, working on the calves, lengthening out the body, bouncing over, shifting over. Good job. Dropping myself back down into plank position again. This time I'm working on an arm release. One arm off, then the other arm off. Keeping myself as flat to the floor as I can, lifting one arm, then the other arm. Just paying attention to myself, just tuning into me. Just trying not to be distracted by what's around and trying to tune into my own self, into my own energy, just checking in with myself. What sort of energy am I in myself right now? I want to get myself into my very best energy. I want to get myself into my highest energy for today. I want to come into my best frequency, my best vibration, my best feelings. want to feel my best. I want to conjure the very best energy for myself today. Next one here, I'm going to shuffle over and drop my bum. A little skip and drop. A little skip and drop. A little bit of squat. A little bit of squat and a little shuffle. So I'm getting the bounce and the shuffle and a little bit of a skip and a jump. Good morning, Miranda.
Good morning.
Just getting ourselves going for the day here.
Cool.
Just getting our bodies going. We're just shuffling over and dropping our butts. Awesome. You're outside getting some light.
Yeah.
That's it. Nice. Get our feet on the ground. Drop our butts. Skip over. Drop our butts if we can. Just getting moving. Just getting breathing. Five seconds to practice that one. Good job. Starting to feel the heart starting to pump a little bit there. Just taking some nice deep breaths. Our next one, I'm going to drop myself down into plank. And I'm going to be working on one leg up, then the other leg up. Holding myself flat, lifting one leg, pointing the toe. Lifting the other leg, pointing the toe. Lifting, pointing the toe. Lifting one leg. Trying to keep myself flat to the floor. Looking out over top of my fingers. Working on my plank. Heart starting to pump. Body starting to get hot. Body starting to detoxify. Keeping yourself flat to the floor there if you can. If you need a little break, take a little break. If you can, we'll practice for 15 seconds more here. Just working on our plank. Just breathing. Just holding ourselves flat to the floor. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Just waking up, just getting to life, just doing the first movements of the day, just thinking the first thoughts of the day. Building our day from the ground up with positive thoughts and words and actions. Just getting myself going here now. A little bit of a shuffle, a little bit of a bounce. If you want to get the hands going, and get the arms going too. We're moving oxygen around the body. We're invigorating the body. We're going for our best. We're exciting our body. We're invigorating our body. We're going for our best. We're thinking about our best. We're talking about our best. If you need to take a little breather, just take a little breather, just slow it down. If you want to slow it down, we can go low impact. We can go lower impact. It doesn't have to be jumping all the time. If you're starting to get hot, you can always slow it down. Right? A little lower impact, no problem. Catch your breath. Slow down a little bit, anytime. Good job. Our next one, we'll grab our mat, we'll drop ourselves down on our elbows, and we'll work on our suicide climb. We're going to climb up to the hands, drop back down to the elbows, climb up to the hands, drop back down to the elbows, climb up to the hands, drop back down to the elbows, climb up to the hands. Just working on upper body strength. You can work on a push-up. You can work on a knee push-up. You can do this from your knees, Or you can do this from your toes. If you're not able to carry your body weight yet from your toes, don't worry about it. Do it from your knees. That's okay. If you can do it from your toes, awesome. If you can do it from your knees, awesome. It's not really to do the most advanced and the hardest one. It's to do the one that's most appropriate for you. It's not about killing yourself. It's about, loving and giving care to yourself. Like what's right for you. And if you need to take a break and that's right for you, then that's right. Don't get down on yourself if you need a break. Just be gentle with yourself. It's always the most important thing here is to be giving care to ourselves and to our needs, to what's happening within ourselves. We have to release our own tightness, our own tension, and we need to give care to ourselves in order for that to happen. It's about breathing, it's about thinking, it's about speaking, it's about being positive with ourselves more often. Next one here. I'm going to have one leg forward, one leg back. And I'm going to be working on driving my knee. Okay, if you want to take it a little higher, you can go for a high knee hop. You can add that hop if you like. If you don't like the hop, we can just work on the knees. Just getting the high knees, working on 20 or 25 high knees. If you want to add that little bit of a hop, you could add that little bit of a spring, getting up onto the toes, a little bit more activity. Whatever level is right for you. If you need to take a little break, just slow yourself down. Take a little breather. When you've done 15 or 20 on one side, you can work on the other side, the same thing on the other side. We can work on that little jump. Or we can just work on the high knee. On the other side, same thing. Exciting and invigorating my body for the day. Waking myself up. Going for my best. Let's go get our best. Let's go for our best. Let's work on our best. Let's think about our best. Let's talk about our best. Let's affirm positively what it is we're working on, what we're trying to do. My next one here, I'm grabbing my mat. I'm going to sit down on my butt. I'm going to be working on a bicycle. Let's see, 30, 40, 50. Great big bicycle pedals. How many would you like to do? 30, 40, 50 bicycle pedals. Try that, 30, 40, 50 pedals. Great big bicycle pedals, climbing the hill. If you need to take a break, take a break. 30, 40, 50 pedals. Once you've finished it, take a little breather. If you need a sip anytime, a sip of water, take a sip of water. And then I want you to try a reverse bicycle pedal. Let's try again, another 30, 40, 50 reverse bicycle pedals. Just changing the direction there. $30 or 40 bicycle pedals there. Warming up through the core. Waking up through the core. Just stretching out the body there. Just working on some extension in the spine, stretching out through the abdomen, stretching out the tummy, relaxing through the lower back, a little spinal extension. Just breathing. And pushing back. Flexing over, relaxing through the spine, relaxing through the lower back, relaxing through the hips. Good job. Flipping back over again. I'm going to come back to my body rows. Let's try 30, 40, 50. Or 2 sets of 15 or 20. What can you do? 20, 30, 40, 50, what can you do? A little push and pull with your legs. Try 30, 40, 50 of those. Body rows. And then we'll try a bicycle. Let's try 30, 40, 50, a piston. Straight-legged. Push, pull, push, pull. 30, 40, 50 pistons. And then I'm flipping myself over here. Then I'm stretching through my hips. I'm relaxing through my hips. I'm relaxing through my lower back. Same thing on the other side, taking my knee up between my hands, stretching into my hips, stretching into my lower back. Good job. Coming up from there. Stretching out the hips and thighs. Coming up tall, hands behind my head. I'm going to be working on my alternating reverse lunges. Stepping back. Sinking my knee. Stepping back. Sinking my knee. Working on my lunges. My reverse lunges. Let's try 10, 15 alternating reverse lunges. 10 to 20 alternating reverse lunges. And then we'll try some forward lunges. Stepping forward. Stepping forward. Same thing, 10 to 20 alternating forward lunges. 10 or 15 alternating forward lunges. Front foot flat on the floor, working through the legs. Working through the glutes, working through the hips. Strengthening my body. Getting into shape. Working on my best. Next one, I'm going to try a jumping lunge. More aggressive lunge. If you can't jump it out, then we just go back to some more reverse lunges again. If you can jump it, then give it a try. Really getting into the thighs. Really driving up the heart rate there. Jumping through the hamstrings and glutes. And then I've got a couple of light dumbbells in my hand. I'm working on my lunge press. Let's see. 10 lunge press on one side, 10 lunge press on the other side. Ten lunge press on each side. And then I'm bent over with my light dumbbells. And I'm working on my rear delt flies. Twenty to 30 rear deltoid flies, pulling wide, working on my shoulders. While I got my two dumbbells in my hand, I'm going to be leaning forward and I'm going to work on my back of my arms. Two dumbbells pushing back, working on the back of my arms. Let's see, 15 tricep kickbacks. Holding your torso still, keeping your elbows alongside your body, and straightening out your arms. Working on a kickback. Working on 15 or 20 tricep kickbacks on one side. 15 or 20 tricep kickbacks on the other side. Other leg forward. 15 or 20 tricep kickbacks on either side. One leg forward, then the other leg forward. Then a little bit of balance and strength. Standing on one leg, balancing and rowing. Let's try 20 or 25 balance rows on one side. What's right for you? If you want to put that foot down onto something, onto the couch, onto a stool, onto a chair, onto a box, if you got to put that back foot onto something, that's okay. If you can keep that back foot in the air as high as you can, lifting through the hips, lifting through the glutes in the back, balancing and strengthening upper back, shoulders, arms, glutes and hips. You're working on balance rows. We're working on 20 balance rows on each side. Working on the shoulders, working on the back muscles, working on the glutes and the hips. Physically training the body. Let's get down one more time here into those legs. And let's work on a curl. Down low in my lunge. Working on my curls. Let's see. 15 curls while I'm down low in my lunge. Curls down in my lunge on one side, switching to the other side, 15 curls down low in my lunge. Curls on each side there. And then I'm going to drop myself down. I'm going to go for a push-up, crawl over, push-up, crawl over, push-up. Let's try 5 to 10 of those. Want to do it on the bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just practicing crawling, working on your core, working on your upper body strength, working on your full body strength, working on your upper body strength, working on your arms, working on your chest, working on your shoulders, working on your core, working on yourself physically, working on yourself mentally. How are you thinking and speaking to yourself? Checking in with yourself about what you're thinking and saying to yourself, about what you're focusing on. Am I focusing on getting better? Am I thinking about being my best? Am I thinking and talking about the things that inspire me? While I'm down here, I'm going to be working on my jumping mountain climber. From one side over to the other side. Jumping from one side over to the other side. Can you do 20 or 30 or 40 of those? Can you do 30 to 50? What can you do? 2 sets of 20? 2 sets of 10? 2 sets of 20? 2 sets of 30? What can you do? A set of 50? Jumping from one side to the other side there. Just catching your body weight. Catching your body weight in the balls of your feet. Working on your core. Jumping from one side to the other there. Just strengthening the body. Once you've done enough of those, we're going to work on our calf stretch. Just pushing one heel down. Pushing the other heel down. Straightening out the leg and then trying to push both your heels down. Push one heel down, push the other heel down, and then try to push both your heels down. Try to straighten out your arms. Press into your downward dog, pushing your heels down, stretching out your hamstrings, your glutes, and your lower back. While you're affirming positively to yourself, I am getting healthy and well. I am committed to my health and wellness. I am committed to my very best self. I am working on my very best self. Just practicing my very best self. Just bringing that vision into your imagination. Bringing that vision into your imagination. Putting that vision in your mind, that's all. Just putting that vision in your mind a little bit more often. Let's finish off our upper body work one more time here. 2 dumbbells in hand. Let's go for an alternate arm row. Let's try 50, 60, 70 of those alternate arm rows. Working on the arms, working on the back muscles, working on the shoulders. Forty, 50, 60, alternate arm rows. And then I'm standing up and just extending my body, opening up my body as wide as I can for the day. Reaching up over my head as wide, as high as I can. Really expanding myself, reaching out. Nice deep breaths there. Awesome. And then our hands down alongside our bodies. Chest out, shoulders back. Good mountain pose. Nice deep breath there. A little bit of balance. Practicing being in your center. And if you can work to the back bend. thing on the other side. Balance and strength. Working on the breath. Staying with your breath. Awesome. Just hanging my head down, working on some flexion. Relaxing through my hamstrings and my glutes. Letting my head hang over. Relaxing through my neck. Just connecting with the breath. Just centering yourself with the breath. Both hands over to one side, pulling my head down to the knee. Over to the other side. Stretch it up the hamstrings. Coming back to the center. Reaching back behind my body, clasping my hands, taking my shoulders up over my head, opening up my shoulders. Taking my hands down to the floor here, I'm working on some rotation, opening up my chest and shoulders. Good job. Heel toe those feet, coming a little closer together. Dropping down into my crouch, into my low squat there. Opening up my hips. Relaxing into my lower back. Relaxing through my thighs. Relaxing in my knees. Letting go of any tension or tightness I'm holding in my body. Just focusing on my breath there. Nice deep breaths. Just focusing down in that position there. Just breathing. Just connecting to my root energy there. Relaxing through the lower back. Relaxing through the hips. Working on a nice deep breath, big inhales. Just come back to the breath, the full inhale and the full exhale. Tune into your breath. Tune in the external, tune out the external noise and tune into your internal breathing, what's happening within yourself. Just tuning into your own energy there. Just tuning into your own energy. Coming up, straightening out my legs. Nice deep flexion, reaching, grabbing behind my calves or ankles, pulling my head down there. Good job. Coming forward, forward lunge. Let's try an internal rotation. Let's turn that inside hand right up. Coming over to the other side. Taking that inside hand right up. Coming over to the other side again. Let's work on an external rotation. This time I'm going to come to the outside of my knee. I'm going to come to the outside of my knee. I'm going to press on the outside of my knee. Come to the outside of my knee. I'm going to press on the outside of my knee. Create a rotation in my body, looking upwards, twisting, externally rotating my body, balancing, strengthening, stretching, and breathing. Same thing on the other side, external rotation. Coming to the outside of my knee. Pressing into the outside of my knee. Getting my hands coming together, pressing into my hands, rotating my body, looking upwards, looking back. Good job. Bringing myself down onto my back on my mat. Working on my leg raise. Opening up my body, taking my legs up over my head. Opening up my body, inhale. Exhale, taking the legs right up over my head. Inhale, open. Exhale, pull my feet to my hands. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, pull those feet all the way to my hands. Coming to your breath, staying with your breath. Powering yourself up from your internal energy. Believing in your own energy. It's really just the believing in yourself. It's coming into your own energy right here, right now. Focusing on your energy right here, right now. How are you thinking and speaking to yourself right here, right now? What are you thinking and saying to yourself right here, right now? I am getting healthy. I am getting well. I am getting strong. I am getting lean. It's really speaking nicely to myself right here, right now. Just working on some flexion here, laying down on my sitting down on my bottom, just stretching out through the lower back, stretching out those hamstrings, just relaxing there. Bringing the soles of my feet together here. Working on my inner thighs. Working on my hips. Working on my lower back. And then we're working in just a seated position, or we can be down, laying on our back, wherever we're most comfortable, just for some focused, conscious breathing time. Just conscious of our breathing, just conscious of our thoughts and our words. Just being gentle and kind to and with ourselves. This is how we heal ourselves. By the way that we think and speak to ourselves. By the energy that we maintain in our mind, through our focus and our attention. The more harmony we create in our mind, the more harmony we have in our life, the more love and joy and health we have in our lives. Just taking a moment to observe what we have just done. We've just been working on ourselves physically. We've just been working on ourselves physically for an hour now. Just lengthening out our bodies, just strengthening up our bodies. We may have released some emotional energy. We may have released some psychological energy. Just sitting with ourselves, evaluating ourselves, just through observation of breath. Just tuning in and checking in with ourselves, with our breath. Just watching our inhale and our exhale breath. If you take 3 to 5 really focused breaths where you're really just watching the inhale and the exhale only. Just observance of your breath. And this is all it takes to get out of the mind, to get into the consciousness. And this is where we want to be. It's in the consciousness more often. This is in our infinite space. This is in our healing space. This is the fertile ground where change can happen. This is the space where we want to put the positive affirmations. We want to bring ourselves down to this energy, this consciousness, this awareness of breath, this still place, this silent place. This is where we want to affirm positively to ourselves, with ourselves, about ourselves. So we can affirm here, we can make a statement, and then we can breathe and sort of image that statement in our mind. I want to hold it in our imagination, visually if we can, in our mind. Ideas like, I believe in myself. Just imagining in your mind's eye, in your creative mind, in your feminine mind, just imagining that affirmation in your mind. I believe in me. I believe in my value. I believe in my worth, my self-worth. I am good. I am good enough for my life. I am good enough for me. I accept myself. I accept my life. I accept my reality. I accept all of my life, all of my reality. I forgive myself. I forgive the others. I am love. I love myself. I love me. I love me. I love you. I love the other. I love me. I love the other. I forgive the other. I love me. I love you. I love you. I love you. We are all one. Loving yourself is just like loving the other. I love myself. I love the other. Just contemplating ideas of oneness. Just contemplating ideas of unity consciousness. I am a part of the whole. I am a piece of it all. And there it is, just breathing, moving, just coming into the power of here and now, the healing power of here and now. This is how it happens, lovelies. Have yourself a super awesome, terrific day.
Thank you.